Yay! Okay. So, I took a brief intermission. I ended up getting some food, took a shower, all that fun jazz, because my bones were starting to hurt after sitting down, like, trying to keep my back straight and mesh everything in. Excuse me. But, I'm just gonna move these over here. These are very weird to maneuver. But, I want to show you guys how easy it was to pull out the hearts and the, oh, you can't see it, so it's this that's showing, okay. And the, dumplings. Couldn't think of the word dumpling for a second, like, I'm coming up blank, and I don't like it. But because I just got out of the shower, I, had a piece of skin sticking up. Anyway. Because I just got out of the shower, I'm not trying to get this hand dirty just yet until I go ahead and mesh more in, but I might just keep the glove on till then. I need more room, because I didn't think this through, like always. These are a little off. Well, I need these 3. Because I'm going to work with those more now. So, shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. I'm going to check. Okay, it's just pieces of meat that look really weird. And to make this a little bit easier on myself, I actually did them on a I forgot. I forgot the paper towels fell down. Well, that's going in for the shredder. I know I'm trying to get this, like, as even as possible. I know it's not going to happen. But basically, all that I did was just flip. You know, I didn't really need the glove, actually, now I think about that. No, whatever. But, I just flipped them the top side down. So it's the smooth surface on top. You know, I'm not even going to wear the glove. Screw it. I saved the glove. And I'm actually going to move you over a little bit. I need to get the box to move. There you go. So you guys can see a little bit better and still see me to an extent. But all I really did was just lightly press on it. It's not even like a hard press. But it's just enough to kind of loosen it up. And then slowly start to put pressure. Like, just enough so you could see, like, where it, like, pulls away from the... You're gonna make a fool out of me, aren't you? Just to where it's, like, enough where you could see, like, a little air pocket form. And it'll just slowly fall out. You don't want to do that for me for some reason right now. So you're just mean. Kind of think about it as if... There you go. Bloop. Some of it kind of came up just a little bit. So if that happens, pull the sides a little bit if you can. Just to, like, loosen it up some. But, think about it as, like, if you're doing the, like, making paper, and you know how, like, as you're blow drying it, you can see it gets a little, like, slightly lighter in some spots. So, you can tell where the paper's pulling away from the paper deck. It's kind of like this. Just with pulp. Son of a biscuit. But with shapes. These don't really want to pop out for me. Darn it. Apparently. So I'm going to lay you on your butt. And I'm going to push it down a little bit. I think I added too much. It's flat again. No. Okay, you're really not popping out for me. Okay. And it seems like the kids are out. So this is going to be fun. Oh, hold on. Can't get it one way, I'll try to get out the other way. Still doesn't want to work. Can y'all, like, not be loud for once in your little lives? Like, Jesus. Like, I don't know if you can hear them or not in the background. That's why I'm like, Why is everybody so loud? Jesus. That's not needed to be that bloody loud. God. Like, I think I know why they're being loud, because there's a stray cat that's just hanging out in the yard, but it's like, you don't need to be loud. That's not needed. That's extremely uncalled for. Okay, he's just not coming out for me, and that kind of sucks. Oh, hold on. Hold on. It like, oh! Good save by my knee. Hi, honey bunny. There we go. Okay, so this was a little bit of a pain to get out, but I got him out, so he's going to be a little crooked maybe. And I actually have a sheet pan, not a sheet pan, but like one of those pizza ones. Let me just pull this up. One of these kind, like, it's a pizza pan, basically. But I have, I think, wax paper. I want to say it's wax paper. I hardcore heavenly believe it is wax paper. But it makes it easier so it doesn't, like, stick. Yeah, he's a little rough. And then I just lay them on there to dry overnight. And then once they're, like, dried enough, I transfer them to one of the, paper towel. I transfer them to a paper towel and then set them up to dry, kind of like the paper process is for making homemade paper. Oh, man, my nose is so itchy. Hi, Duncan. You gonna beat that kid up? I see the little hateness in your eyes. He's like, did you, my baby? He's hardcore staring into oblivion right now. But, yeah, the demolding part is a bit of a pain sometimes, not gonna lie. Sometimes they pop out easy, sometimes you gotta bribe it. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta bribe it. And, like, if it looks like it's cracking a little bit, it's just, like, how I packed it in there. But once it dries, it's not too bad. At least not always. And sometimes you can just tell when it's not gonna unhinge. Son of a ball. Sometimes you do just have to let it fall in your hand and do it that way. I also kind of think it's because the moisture is a little too wet. Hey, there you go. Nice little soggy hearts. And then just put them right on the tray. Wait until tomorrow, because by then they'll be, like, stiff enough. These are, like, really, really loose. Like, it doesn't feel like they should be, like, be moved kind of thing, but they're totally fine. You just have to really be patient with them. Hi, honey. Duncan! Bubby, come here. I want my lubbies. Not right now. Duncan just sounded so heartbroken, like, Mom, not right now. But, I am definitely gonna be doing these, just to, like, show you guys. I might... Oh, crap. I kind of want to see the different ways to pop these out. Because somebody told me that if you use powder, like baby powder or something like that, it'll help loosen it up. Like it helps suck up some of the moisture, so it just easily pops out. Somebody also told me to use it's like a cooking spray, like a cooking oil, but I can't think of the name of it. It comes in a yellow can. I really cannot think of the name of it right now. Yikes. But I heard that works too to pull these out. I got paper on my finger. Like, there's apparently a lot of different things I can use to help unmold it. Or to unlock it from the mold. There we go. But I'm not too sure. Like, I like the powder idea because I really do think that would work, but I don't know. It'd be my luck it would make it worse. So I'm kind of like teetering on the, do I try it just to see if it works? Or should I just keep doing what I'm doing and pray for the best? Come on, buddy. There you go. I had to straighten out the the paper a little bit. If you see some edges that are like sticking up a little bit, you can just tap it down with your finger. It'll eventually it'll eventually fix itself. I need more paper, but I don't know where I put it. And these you can do in one go, thankfully. These just flop, plop. Hi! Oh my goodness, baby, what are you doing, silly butt? And these just take a little bit of weaving. But just like the hearts, it will like, you'll see it start to peel away a little bit. Come on, buddy. Just gotta press the sides in a little bit. If it wants to work. I think I made this round too wet. Come on, buddy. I know you can do it. It doesn't want to work for me now. Okay. I think I added way too much water to this round. It's not really going to affect much. It's just going to make it hard. There we go. For it to pop out of the mold. As you can tell, this one's clearer than this side. It just takes a little bit of weaseling. And it doesn't really affect too much on the design once it flops out. Like a little bit, but not too much. As long as you have like that baseline, you can like go over it with like paint or whatever you want to use for them. You can just leave them as is and just have a really cool broken stone look to it. Sometimes you can just push the top in and it'll like flop right out. Come in, you little punk. Oop, 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 oop. No! Unpop! Unpop! Ah, son of a gun. There you go. These are like really close together underneath. Wow. Son of a punk nip. It's gonna have to be another one that needs to Get... No! There you go. See, even with that little hiccup, it didn't really indent it too much. I don't know if you can, like, tell, like, it's a little indented. But when it dries, it should be fine. I'm actually going to move these out of the way as delicately as possible without messing up anything on top, which I kind of just did. Like, if you pick it up gently, you should be good. I did have a spatula for projects like this, for, like, delicate pieces. But for the life of me, I don't know what happened to it. So, little iffed on that. And by iffed, I mean a little upset, but like, you know, it's not the end of the world kind of thing. It just sucks a little bit. I'm just going to try to pop out this last one. But this is all. Like, the hearts are a little bit easier. The big ones are, at least. The small ones, I'm probably going to have the same problem with it, but like... Come on. Just takes a little bit of wiggling and finagling and a whole lot of faith. Come on. Come on. Come on. Just takes a lot. Fine, we'll go to the other one then. It's just like a lot of pressing and pushing, really. Oh. Flop. Yay! So that took a little bit longer than I like, intended it to be. But they do come out fairly easy. Like I said, I think I just... I don't know, I don't think I packed these in right. And don't worry about, like, the excess edges. Like, don't really worry about, like, the thick part of the edges. It's gonna get, shaved down. I used a hand sander, like a sand sheet last time. So I might just use the Dremel to sand it all down. To, one, make it faster, and two, possibly easier. Yeah. Now it's the hearts. I'm just gonna set that aside. Because these, no, I probably shouldn't take that risk. Okay, I'm gonna need a bigger one for that. A bigger sheet. Hi, honey. What are you doing, Snuggle? Oh my goodness, I just almost made a mistake. That would have really sucked. Like, super duper sucked. I'm just gonna use this guy. Because this part is big enough for all that. And then some. There you go. And this is kind of like the same thing as the other. Just a little bit of wiggling, finagling, and it'll eventually, like, pop itself out. These might still be a little too wet to pop out. So I might just leave these alone, possibly. Again, why do you people need to be loud? Yeah, this might be because they're still a little too wet to come out. Oh, hold on. Oop, 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 oop. There we go. I got it. Just a little bit of pushing and a little bit of hoping, and it'll eventually pop out. Yeah, I might actually have to make a thicker mix than what I have to make this pop out a little bit easier. But I'll tell you that, it's really easy to pop them out. Even though it's not working. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on. It's like trying to get soap to come out. Come on. You can do it. Pinch the sides. Nope. Here we go. It will eventually, slowly but surely, slide out. See? They came out. Just really, really slowly, but they definitely came out. I'm going to move these over. Yeah. Oh, his face got a little crumbled in. Thank God for sanding. But the other molds themselves are actually going to have to wait a hot second. Why do I hear so many loud people tonight? Jeez, yesterday it wasn't even this bad. I'll say, hi, honey. Hi, Duncan. You being a good guard cat for mommy? But it seems like tonight, every Tom, Dick, and Harry just has to be out. Like, I don't mind it, but it's like, goodness gracious. But, like, I think, honestly, with the thicker, I think with thicker paper mache, or thicker pulp, I think it will come out a little bit easier. But I also want to kind of try the, that powder idea. Haha! I got it to come out on my hand. Okay. Will they all work like that? Hold up, I'm curious now. Nope. No, it won't. Okay. I'm like, yay, got one to come out of my hand. Oh no, oh no, it didn't work for all of them. Oh no. Oh no, I flipped one. There you go. I'm kind of hoping with the wax paper that, they won't stick as much. Last time I used parchment paper, I think. I can't really remember right off. I think it was parchment paper that I used last time. Because I had the idea to stick them in the oven, because I heard that helps dry them a little bit faster, but then I wasn't too sure, and I didn't want to, like, I don't know, possibly burn something. Or, like, have the house smell like burning glue or something, so I'm like, no, I think I'm gonna pass on that. Yeah, I might have to, really, really finagle some of these. So, let's see if I can get the side ones to come out. It's kind of funny, I'm just at this point just fighting with this. When I have another one that I can try to get out. There you go. Just a little push. I don't really want to push too hard on these because of how wet they still are. So I might actually add a little bit of other pulp in there to thicken it up. I'm like curious. Hold on. I'm like trying to show you and I'm curious. I just stick my hand right in the middle of it all. So pushing it straight down also kind of works. Oh my gosh. Also works. Oh, so yeah, let me just do that then. I could basically fill a tray of just between these, the big hearts, and then these guys. The dumpling ones. I can never remember the word dumpling, and any other time I have no problem remembering it. Today is just the day of forgetfulness. I swear I'm never this bad when it comes to the word dumpling. I call Duncan my little dumpling almost every day. Yes, that came out a little bit easier. There we go. And while it gets still wet, if you see it has a little bit of cracks, just push it in a little bit. And just kind of smooth it over. Keyword is kind of smooth it over. Try to smooth it over would be the better one. Oops, Skittles. I don't understand why people have to be so bloody loud right now. I don't even know if it's picking up on the camera either. Like, I know a while back, like a few months ago, I had to completely scrap 4 whole videos because of how loud the neighbors were getting. I'm just like, really, guys? Like, they know I work from home. Like, they know I do art videos to a very large extent, especially at that time. So, like, they know, but yet they still insist on being loud as all get out. It's like, why? Like, you know, this is how I'm, like, I'm trying to make my business, like, I'm trying to get my business going. Like, kind of get my business going. It's a little bit of the up in the air. Duncan, if you were a dog, I would let you go outside just to scare the crap out of them. I really would. But it's like, this is kind of like... like, this is how, like, I'm getting my stuff out there kind of thing. This isn't just the, oh, this is just random videos of me doing random stuff. And, like, this, that, and the third. Like, this, like, I really want to sell my art as my living kind of thing. Because, like, I'm my own boss. I don't have to worry about, you know, yeah. I don't have to worry about getting fired because, you know, I needed a moment to to gather myself and stuff like that, like, which is why I don't work at fast food anymore, because that was my last job, was working at a fast food place, and the manager hated the fact that I was more concerned for my, at the time, girlfriend, and made sure, like, if she, like, how she was and stuff like that, and yeah, it was just a whole bunch of BS. And I will say this, I never did in the first place, but I most definitely will never eat at that place ever again. I'm not a fan of fast food in the beginning, but... but it was like a nice little treat, especially when I was doing music and stuff like that, and in a band with my friends at one point in time, so it was like, it was a nice little, it was a treat. But after all that stuff that happened, it was just like, I would much rather bust my butt even harder to get this going than ever have to work underneath somebody that didn't care. And personally, if you're like, if you run a place, you should honestly take your employees, like, your employees' well-being over being money-grubbing. Because that's all that he really was. He was more concerned about making money over, okay, my employee isn't doing good, but you know the rules, you're here for a reason, so do your job, and whatever personal business you have, just cram it out the door. It's like, it's not really how you run a healthy anything. You like, granted, it was fast food, but it's like, I don't know. Some people just aren't meant to be a manager, and he was definitely that person that just was not meant to be a manager. Thankfully, he no longer works there, but still. Like, I've always wanted to sell my art after everything started to get really, really bad in, like, 2015, 2016. Excuse me. Ugh, excuse me. Ugh. And, like, during that little time period, like, things were really bad. Like, you can go back and watch all my old videos when I first got started, which was, like, kind of happy and cheerful, and everything was okay, and, like, I was doing it for fun, because it, like, gave me something. And then things got bad, and then I said, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to do this as my job, and I didn't really get too far on things, and it just ended up me, you know, venting out my issues and all my problems, and that's just stuck in there. So it's like, it kind of seemed like no matter what I was doing back then, it just wasn't really, like, good enough. And then me having to live with my brothers for that little bit, so I really didn't have the actual time to, you know, keep up with everything. And son of a boggles, just fall out, please. Like, I didn't really have, like, I had the time between working a real job and, you know, seeing my best friend and, like, stuff like that. Like, I had the time to still do videos and still do, like, promotional work and stuff like that, especially, like, leaving the state that I'm in now currently to go live with my brother in another state, and, like, I still kind of had, like, like, I still had the partial time to balance things out, on top of having my nieces with me, like, seeing my nieces and stuff like that, and living with them, because my brother. So, like, I had the balanced time kind of thing, between that, actual job, and stuff like that. Like, I could have done it all, but in a way, with the living situation, I didn't really, I kind of wasn't allowed to do it. It was, get a real job, and forget something that you heavily enjoy, or waste my life on this silly stuff, and not be, and like, not make anything for yourself. So it was like, no matter what I did, I was wrong. But, like, I just wasn't happy with the places that I was in and stuff like that. And son of a pollywag, you're being a pain in my tag. Okay, well, fine. I'm just going to flip this over then. Soak up more on this side. Fine. So, like, there was all that. And then constantly being, like, constantly moving after leaving the state that I was in with my brother and his girl, like, his kids and stuff like that. Well, my nieces. And, like, all of that extra stuff. And then living with my friend, living with his, I'm assuming now, girlfriend or whatever she is, drama, basically. And, like, having her pretty much put me through the same stuff is, like, well, if you have time to, you know, look up how to do other, like, how to do art stuff, then you have more than enough time in your, like, through the day to go look for a real job, which, okay, yes, but I was only living with them for maybe a week, if that, maybe a month, before she started, like, really showing who she really was, kind of thing. So it was like, he's not pressuring me to get anything, but you are, because you need money for your things when you have 2 jobs. And I didn't really know the area that I was in that, like, where we were living at that well. So it's like, I'm not going to put my neck on the line to possibly get hurt in public because you need extra money to support your whatevers. So I just, like, gave up on art then. That's why I wasn't doing much for a while there. And then, dude, if you do not pop your little butt out, thank you. I'm just gonna mush this down a little bit. And then being homeless for that little bit, not knowing, you know, if I still had any of my stuff or if she threw it all out. she threw most of my stuff out, and then coming here to live with Snacks and his brother and all that stuff, like, I didn't feel pressured, but I was still going through stuff. Like, I was still, like, trying to accept certain things without completely panicking over every little thing. 'Cause you guys can still see this. Yeah, so it's, like, a little bit easier. That and the light won't keep flapping in and out. But, like, moving here, like, coming here to live with Snacks and his brother and, like, all that fun stuff. And, like, his brother's fiance, I think, his husband, something like that. I never really knew what was going on between that. I didn't really care, honestly. Just, like, cool. But, like, I had the opportunity to just, like, not do anything, take as much time as I needed to, like, regain myself, refocus myself and all that. But then I was so depressed that I didn't really want to do anything. I didn't really, like, want anything. And even with, like, the few videos I did when I first got here, you guys could tell, like, I just wasn't in it, really. It was, I'm trying to do this to quickly get money so I can get out of this area. Which, I'm glad I didn't, because here we are, I think, I got here at, like, the tail end of 2020, so 3 years. 3 years-ish. 3 years later. 2 years later. I'm not really sure how to do that. Anyway, a short time later, I'm glad I didn't just up and leave, because I became really great friends with Snacks. Obviously, we have a gaming channel. Even if we weren't good friends, we'd still have that gaming channel just because it's fun. And I'm pretty sure he hardcore enjoys hearing me scream bloody murder after being scared. Like, I swear, I think it brings him such joy to hear me scream out of fear and pure terror. That is why we game with each other. He enjoys it, I swear. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy it too, because I get to play games I wouldn't normally play, or, like, watch games that I wouldn't generally watch, kind of thing, or make fun of him and his gaming abilities, and, like, you know, little stuff. It's little things I wouldn't have gotten to do if I was still living with my brother, or whatever, shenanigans kind of thing. It's like, I'm glad I didn't leave. I'm really glad I didn't leave, because I have Duncan. Nah, whatever, he's playing Watcher. People watching for me. But I wouldn't have Duncan. Like I said, I wouldn't have Snacks. I wouldn't become really great friends with his brother. Or, like, you know, little stuff. Excuse me. Crap, I wouldn't have been able to watch certain animes without... I probably would have... Not really, no. Like, Snacks has shown me some really cool stuff in life. And it's like, okay, I'm glad I didn't leave. I'm glad I stayed, worked through my issues, and, you know, moved on a little bit with certain things. Like, yeah, I still think about it sometimes. It still hurts sometimes, but it's like, you know, with enemies like him, why would I ever need a friend in my life? Same kind of goes with my one brother. With enemies like that, God, who needs a friend? Who needs friends with enemies like him? But, like, now that, like, currently just with, like, some things, I'm just, like, well, basically after losing my fast food job for being, like, the gopher, like, running around doing this, and this, it's like, now I don't really see the point of going back to work. Like, yes, I love working, but when you're on a no hire list in half of the state, it kind of sucks. And it's not even because, like, I was a crappy employee, or, you know, whatever kind of shenanigans people are gonna, like, want to throw at. It's like, no, it's because I stood up for myself at every single job I've been at, and they didn't like it. Like, I think I've mentioned this before, but, I was working overnight at one of our local grocery stores up the road from us, which it was a great job. I loved it. I had fun. I got to meet some really... Oops. Just gonna fix that a little bit. That kind of came out accidentally. Oopsie daisy. Like, I got to meet some really cool people. I got to become really best friends with the one girl that I was working with every night. So it's like, I'm glad I got to work night shift, but the night shift manager was a complete ass, and he literally could not understand why I left after he threatened me, saying that, well, if you can't do your job right, then I might as well just find somebody who can. Which, he wanted me to restock, like, name brand sodas, like Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Sprite, stuff like that. That wasn't in our job description. That's for the vendors. Like, that's for the people that are, like, they're the ones, that part of the job is for, like, the Coca-Cola company to come do their thing, or, like, the Pepsi truck to come do their thing, or, like, stuff like that. We didn't do all that. If it wasn't on our pallets, like, crap, how would you describe a pallet? There's big wooden squares. Those are pallets. I know I'm really terrible at describing them, but, like, if it didn't come on those, we don't touch it. And if it did come on those, it would have to go to the specific departments that will take care of it. Like, we would get things for the deli, which was kind of cool. Weird to seeing mayonnaise packets. I didn't know that was a thing. That was actually kind of cool. But, like, we would get, like, stuff for them. So that's understandable. But we would put them in their respective departments. Like, if we got anything for seafood, we would put it in the seafood section. Like, in the seafood... Yeah, the seafood section. The seafood department. Or, like, if we got anything for the bakery, we would put it right at the bakery. If we got anything for deli, like, so on and so forth. So, like, that is, like, one of those things that confused me, because he hardcore wanted me to pull and stock sodas when that wasn't not in our job description. He wanted me to pull the international aisle, which was, like, the Hispanic foods, the Asian cuisine and stuff like that. Like, he wanted us to do that, but we didn't get it on the pallets. That's not our, again, that's not a part of our job. Like, he tried to get me and I think one other person to do it. And because I kept telling him, no, I'm not going to do it because it's not in the job description. And that's not what I was told in the beginning. Like, when I got hired, you didn't tell me that. I said it clear enough. You did not tell me that. He looked at me like, well, whoever told you that was lying. But you're the one that told me that. You're the one that not even fully trained me. He just like, okay, here, you pull items, and then we go to the back, grab pallets, U-boats, and then break everything down so all the U-boats have the specific items for the certain, like, for the specific aisles and stuff. And that's all you do. But he didn't tell me how to pull the items. He didn't tell me how far he wanted me to go. He didn't tell me that, all, like, best example, I was always stuck in the condiments and, breakfast aisle, so aisle 1 and 2. But he didn't tell me that if there was an item in a weird place, I had to look up the barcodes. He just said, pull the items and then stock. He didn't even train me. He just like, okay, this is all you do. We don't do this. We don't do this. But if it's a slow night, we just pull things and then go grab pallets that were, he called them leftovers. So basically anything that we can put up the night before or the night of kind of thing, mostly the night before, that we would just put it on the pallet and then take it back to its own little section. But he didn't tell me all that. He just said if we ever have a slow night, we go ahead and we pull and go through the random U-boats. So that was cool, but he never told me where they were at. He never told me that He never told me when truck was coming. He never told, like, there was a lot of stuff that he never told me. And everything that he did tell me apparently was incorrect. So, after he told me that if I can't do my job, he would find somebody to do my job, I waited. I waited until our 12 o'clock break, because that's our half an hour break. I went outside. I'm sorry to say it, but I went outside, smoked a cigarette, just shot the breeze with our... I think he was there for like 3-4 days. I think this was the 4th day he was there. So something like that. He wasn't there that long. And I had my bag outside with me. I took my bag outside. I took my jacket. Basically, whatever I walked in there with, I took out with me. And I looked at the new guy. I'm like, you know what, dude? You seem like one of the awesomest guys I have worked with so far here. But this is going to be the last night I work here. And I calmly explained to him what just happened. Like, he literally just threatened my job because he wanted me to do something that wasn't in our job description. It might have been petty. Like, looking at it, yeah, it might have been petty. But if you would have told me in the beginning that there's going to be some nights where we're going to have to do certain things for the vendors, the ones that come in the morning and stock those certain items. Like, if you would have just told me that in the beginning, I wouldn't have gotten upset about it. But he didn't bother saying it to me, I think he was, like, the second night manager, I think? I don't know. He was really cool. Like, he was a real cool dude. Like, we talked a lot. Like, we became real good friends, I think, the 2nd or 3rd night working there. I was there for 3 months. Like, I loved him to death. Like, he was a real cool dude. Like, he was awesome. But, like, he never told him about it when he first started. He never specified any of the things for what we can and what we can't do. He just said, we don't do this and we don't do this. That's all you need to know. Now go stock. So, like, even his training wasn't even training. It was just, here, go do this. Get out of my hair. I don't want to deal with you. Which is really, really crappy of a manager, honestly. And he was there for, like, 10 years, I think he was working at the grocery store. Thankfully, he's not there anymore. He actually recently got fired, thankfully. And the reason why I say thankfully is because he tried treating another night shift worker like shit. And the higher-ups caught it. And they were not happy about how he was treating the night shift employees. Or at least the night shift employee. When you're actually supposed to have 3 people plus a manager, it was only him and the young lady. I never met her. I just heard through my favorite coworker about it, which he goes there every so often, so. We live in the same neighborhood, too, so it's really, really awesome, but it's like, he'll send me things like, hey, did you know so-and-so did this? Oh my god, so-and-so just happened to do this. So it's like, it's really, really cool. But it's like, if you don't want to be a manager and you don't like your job, then you shouldn't be there anymore. But, anyway, I don't even know what even started this. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I think it started with the... My last job was fast food, that's what it was. Yeah, no, after that, after my last fast food job, I just lost interest. And because of that fast food manager and the grocery store manager, I'm on a no-hire list in this state. So it kind of like... Son of a puddin'. So, like, it kind of messes me up if I want to get a job. So, I kind of just put all my focus back into this. I think I started like last year or something like that. But I just started to put all my focus in this, and I had a few people interested in like custom pieces kind of thing, but like never followed through with it and never responded back to any of my like, come on, I know you can do it. Come on, you're almost there. There you go. Got a little smushed. But like the person never like answered any like my 3 emails that I sent him. He never replied to any of my messages. I kept giving him like, or like every so often I would give him a photo update of like, hey, this is how far I got. Do you want me to add anything specific, or do you just like how it is? And never got a response. And to me, I just kept thinking, okay, well, he's busy. Like, I don't really know I don't know the person. I don't know his situation, but he seemed really, really interested in a custom statue piece, kind of, which got me to wanting to do sculpting, and I already wanted to do sculpting. But he kind of flaked, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll finish it, but now it's just sitting about, and all I have is, like, the torso done, the arms, the legs and feet. I still had, like, the hands were holding me up. They still are kind of holding me up a little bit. And I have the head done. I just never attached it. So it's like, I'm almost there, but you kind of, like, never got back to me and never answered me. And I think I sent him, so it was the 3 emails, and I think there was, I think 5 or 6 text messages I left him. Never responded to any of them. Like, okay, well, that, like, kind of took all the wind out of my sails, because I was, like, super duper happy. I'm like, yay, I finally have a customer, yay, it's official. And just for them to, like, go dead silent. I'm like, okay, well, that kind of sucks. Now I, like, have all these really cool projects, but now it's like, well, what's the real big point now at this point? Like, there really isn't much of a point. There is a point at, like, right, like, currently, yeah, there's a point, because, like, now I don't have to, like, worry about other stuff, so now I can put all my attention again back into that one project and, like, try to fix it up and alter it a little bit. So I'm gonna make a zombie version of, I think it was Batman. I think it was Batman that he wanted. I think, yeah, it was Batman. He didn't care what Batman it was. He just wanted a Batman statue kind of thing. So, like, that's what I was working on. I can't remember what Batman it was, though. I think it was the, and this is gonna sound really, really stupid, but it was, like, the basic was, like, the all-black Batman costume with the red Batman logo on his chest. I think it's the animated series? I don't know. I already feel like Snacks is yelling at me, like, you know the answer! You know the answer! Well, kinda, but I didn't really do Batman that much. Like, Batman isn't fully my thing. Like, yes, it is, but then no, it's not. It's like, it's certain Batman, like, it's certain Batmans, if that makes sense, that I heavily enjoy. Like, oh, I feel bad now. I feel so bad. It's the Mark Hamill's Joker, or Mark Hamill's Joker's Batman. That one I will forever love, because, well, that voice of that Batman was beautiful for that role and just fitted so beautifully. And Mark Hamill as the Joker is like, you know, cartoon animation-wise, that is the Joker. There's also the reggae Joker, so that's, like, right underneath Mark Hamill's. And, like, stuff like that, just like that whole series was, like, very, very well done. I think that's the same Batman, no, because that's still the other Batman with the red logo on his chest. He's the one that did the crossovers with Static Shock. I don't know why my brain veered off on so many things. I'm so sorry. Anyway, but basically, I don't really want to get a full-time thing anymore because I'm on a do not hire list in this state where I live at, and I feel way better doing art and more fulfilled doing art than it was working under some jackass that, one, disrespected his employees they disrespected their employees 24/7, didn't care if any of us were having an issue, which, yeah, I know it's not really in their job description or in their personal life to really care, but, like, we're working for you, so it would be nice to have a little bit of something of, like, hey, are you okay, kind of thing. Like, it would have been nice, but no, we didn't get that. Or when I had an incident working at night shift at the fast food place, they didn't do anything. I had to go in there, I think it was a week late. No, it wasn't even. It was like 3 days later because I didn't want to be around there. Like, they gave me PTSD, even more PTSD because of that incident, and then blamed me because I didn't call the cops. First of all, it is your manager's job to make sure nothing bad happens, and she's over there provoking the jackass, so it's like, really? I'm having a severe mental breakdown, and all they had to say was, you'll be fine, or, what was it? It was like, what's your problem? That's just like, what's your problem? Well, this just happened, well, you'll be fine, get over it, get up, get your ass back to work, kind of thing, like, you don't treat somebody that already has an issue like that and then expect them to come back the next night or the next morning like nothing ever happened. And then getting rehired, then, you know, for that short amount of time, they kind of like laughed at like, huh, oh, okay, that's why you left. Okay. Like, you don't do that to somebody that has issues. I have a few issues. That made my one issue even worse, but like, eh. That's why, like, after that, I just stopped caring about job hunting and just went straight into art. And this whole thing is an hour of just me rambling on really random stuff that, yeah, anyway. But, something that was supposed to be just me popping paper mache molds went into a very long rant. I feel like Snacks now. Oh, God. Oh, God. Snacks is wearing off on me with his unholy rants. Anyway. But I basically filled this whole tray up. I did keep some of them kind of separated so they wouldn't, like, clunk into each other and stuff like that. But I'm going to leave these go for the night. Like, these I can easily transfer tomorrow, roughly, to, to a paper towel and have this drying tomorrow when I come home from my doctor's appointment. Like, I can have these drying when I come back, and then this took about 3 to 4 days, but they're also really, really thick. Obviously, they are some thick girls. Thick pulps. Pulp. Sound like I said poops. Thick pieces of goodies. So these are going to take a little bit. I know the ice cube trays I'm not going to take out until maybe the 3-4 day mark, just to see if that makes a bit of a difference. I will definitely be doing a video for that as well. And I'm going to try to take out these big domes off of camera because it is the same process. And I'm really sorry for the long rant of nothingness. I was trying to stay focused and I just... I don't know. It just happened. I know some of you are going to be like, but it's okay. Like, we like story time. I know, but that was like personal story time. Sometimes I feel bad, but... I was in the moment. I was in the moment, so I felt it. It's like dark out, so it's probably 8 o'clock by now, so whatever. But, yeah. Popping these out was a little bit harder than I was hoping, and a little bit harder than I was expecting. So I'm probably going to add a lot less water. And I'm going to end up doing test runs off camera for the flour and water paste to make that. See if there's like any bit of a difference. If there is, I'm going to be doing that more. But I feel better adding the glue to it because it feels like there's like that extra bond kind of thing, like an extra bonding agent. Even though when you leave like the flour paste like the flour paste alone for a while, it'll... Why, hello, my silly butt. When you leave the flour paste alone, apparently it thickens up a lot, but I don't know. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I feel way more comfortable using mixing the glue, the salt, and the flour together. I feel a lot more comfortable with that than just the paste, just the flour and water itself. I don't know. This is like I said before in, I think the video that the very first paper I did showing you guys what they looked like, the little stuff I was doing off camera. I feel a lot more comfortable doing it that way with the glue because it feels sturdier for some reason. Like, I feel safer doing it, like it's not going to fall apart. But I do kind of want to try different things out to see what works better, what would be better, what would be cheaper, what would be something that I can buy bulk of without going over a budget, kinda. This is still all this is all still just experimenting kind of thing. I haven't really... It's obvious I haven't done this before. Obvious. I just did a lot of research, I can do this. Okay, maybe I can't do it this way, so let me see if I can do it another way kind of thing. This is all still, trials and errors and, trying to figure out what's the best way to... What's the best method to use. My hand is all sticky. It's not sticky, it just feels like I dipped my hand in salt water all day. And, just stuff like that. I thought I saw Duncan's head pop up on my shoulder. I'm like, what are you doing? No, Duncan's still over there. But, see what methods are better kind of thing, and, go from there. Again, I'm still experimenting with a lot of the stuff that I've been looking at and wanting to do, but just never wanted to fully do it, or just wanted to stay focused on one thing, just making paper. And now it's okay, I need a break from that. Let's see what else I can do with this and go from there and all that fun stuff, which I will be doing more paper soon because I have a lot of buckets now that I need to compact and use up before it goes bad, which isn't going to take too long, thankfully, but it's kind of misjudged on how much I have on stock versus what am I going to do with it, which is another reason why I decided to try to do this as the experiment, just to go through more of the paper shreds. I forgot what I called it last night. What did I call it last night? It was papers. I know, Mommy can't remember what I called it. It was something silly too. Excuse me. But I just wanted to go through as much of this as possible. Now it's crap, I have too much backup now to be used, and I have no game plan for it, so it's that. Crap, what do I do? Do this, okay, cool. Crap, now I gotta figure out how to do... Crap, just a lot of crap. But, this has been an hour and some change of just mindless ramblings. But yeah, it was a little bit rougher this time to pop these out of the molds. I'm going to refill the molds I just used because I still have that much to go through. Ooh, maybe? Nah. There you go. I still have a little bit more to use, so I'm going to try to get that pressed down and ready and stuff like that so I can get the molds I just did done and taken care of and readied and setted and all that goodies. So I'll definitely end up possibly seeing you guys tomorrow. I don't know. I'm going to say yes, but just in case, I'll see you guys fairly soon. And I guess enjoy the rest of your night, I guess. I'm not really sure right now. It's like, crap. But I'll definitely be seeing you guys fairly soon. The next crazy paper adventure, because this now seems like the thing that's going to be happening for a while. But I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.